Call me Robin Hood. We steal from the rich and give to the poor. Welcome to Cold Bear Sports, your number one tipping service on the planet. Right, some great news to report again. Absolutely cleaning the bookies this week on the Patreon service. Max bet, as promised in Subtle the other day. Couldn't see it bet. Absolutely bolted in by 5 lengths on the bridle. Really liked him. I thought he was a 1-3 shot. He went off 7-4. I genuinely made him a long odds on shot. It was Henry Daly's horse. When he won in Ludlow the time before, everything went wrong. He just jumped left, he pulled keen, he got held up, he got caught behind some horses, he turned in 6-7 lengths down, still won amongst greenness, and I just knew, Lord, he was only given a £5 rise or whatever it was, something small like that. I said, Lord, this thing is a stonewall certainty. So really nice to absolutely find the value, find the 7-4 that should be 1-3 and punish the bookies. And he won that way, never in doubt, won on the bridle. Then hitting them again today with a 5 points win bet on Miss Milano. She won well the last day. I know a lot of people are sweating today, but believe it or not, lads, and time will prove me right, she won very easy. When you see the jockey 4 lengths down coming to the last, he never hit her, never once, from the whole way from the second last to the last. He never hit her once, and he looked like it might look like he was struggling to the untrained eye, but if he was struggling, he'd had 3 or 4 belts in her. He just never picked up the stick at all, and she just got over the last, got her organised, and sure she won snug as a bug going away. You know, if he wasn't going as well, if he thought he wasn't going to get there, he would be hitting her going to the last. He never even touched her. So really, we're just killing them on the Patreon service this month. Unbelievable, right? I haven't been on YouTube in a few days. I was focusing on them strong bets. I wanted to get them in on the service, and we did. I have a couple of interesting horses that are running tomorrow for YouTube and for Facebook and TikTok. They all go out on all platforms. Right, let's just touch on, there is a race in Doncaster. I haven't got the time of it up here. This horse is up the weights. I will put the time below. This horse is up the weights, but he's an improving 7-year-old. He likes the track. He won well at Nocte Falatis in Doncaster tomorrow. Definitely an interesting runner in the handicap chase. He's a 7-year-old with plenty more upside, and look forward to seeing him running, although it is first run, so try carefully. Then a little bit later in Doncaster, in the 255, there's 2 interesting horses here. Both have upside still. Immortal Flame and Everyday Champagne. The 2 of these are starting their chasing career. They're both well handicapped, but the problem is the 2 of them are nice horses, but they don't scream at me chaser, you know what I mean? So it's interesting that they're not wasting much time. Immortal Flame ran well in Chepstow, finished second, and you know, if I was to go between the 2 tomorrow, Everyday Champagne, he's a nice starting little horse, but takes a bit of jumping around Doncaster, and I don't know, neither of them I'd say are not the scopiest, but they're unexposed. Anyway, they're just interesting to watch. Have a look tomorrow, make up your own mind. Maybe a little fun reverse forecast. They're well handicapped. Are the natural chasers? I wouldn't say so. Right, then in Newbury, the 155, Wonder Wall, a pint win without the favourite. He's 16-1 outsider. If you want to put a little few bob on him to win, well, I do a pint win without Sage Star. I think Sage Star is definitely a real nice horse. The track is going to suit him well. Paul Nichols trains him. He has got everything going for him 100%. He's a real good horse. Nothing wrong with his debut in Warwick. Very impressive. But I just think Wonderwall's overpriced at 16-1. He's a fine big horse. Big chaser written all over him. Jumped hurdles a little clumsy. And Hope Connections get him back on track after his fall in Huntington. He was beaten that day when falling. But I do think without the favourite tomorrow, I'd take a chance on him. Hopefully you get a good price on that. I think Wonderwall will outrun those odds of 16-1. Top jockey James Bowen on board. Right, and then there's a horse in the 240 at Ffos Lass called Tremolane, or however you pronounce it. This horse is rated 124. Now this looks a trappy little race. Phoenicia has one on exposed. There's a few horses in here on exposed. But I will retire from tipping and give up and never tip horses again if this horse of Kim Bailey's doesn't rate higher than 124 by the end of this season. So, can he do it first time back in a tricky race? Who knows? He won't mind the ground, being by Geordie Land. He's a proper horse. I think he's a real good horse, lads. It's a tricky race. Venetia's on fire. She has the favourite. He's unexposed as well. But I'm willing to bet that this horse is a 135 horse minimum. I hope he shows it tomorrow in a tricky race. We'll see. If he doesn't show it tomorrow, he will show it at some stage. Right, Trembling, Kim Bailey, the 240 at Ffos last. Yeah, Wonderwall without the favourite, 155 Newbury. The 255 at Doncaster, two interesting horses, Immortal Flame and Everyday Champagne. Look, I'm not telling you to back them or whatever, 2 in the one race. It's only a small runner field. But they're just two interesting horses because they haven't been fully exposed yet. So take that into the future. And then Nocte Velatis is an interesting runner in the chase at Doncaster where he has some good form. He jumped like a buck. I wonder where his jockey's gone. Does anyone know where young Dylan Kitts went? He had a really good year last year and now there's no sign of him nowhere. He got some really good spins on this horse. He won on him at Catterick and he won on him at Doncaster. Interesting to know. Anyway, Cold Bear Sports Patreon service. We killing the bookie. Flat. Dead. We don't be codding. Sign up. Link below. $24.99 a month. It's for nothing.